Doing my first ever stand-up gig tonight, understandably a very nerve-wracking experience, so being from Manchester, thought I'd choose Liverpool. Get a nice friendly neutral crowd on board. As well as being from Manchester, I'm also a tight bastard. Now, we get a bit of bad press as tight bastards, but I think once you know the thrill and spiritual fulfilment you get from being 32 years old and never once buying a bottle of ketchup, you might jump on board. Because as non-tight bastards, your biggest demon that you have to slay is the emotion of shame. Because once you get over that emotion, asking for 10 ketchups with a packet of so every Happy Meal is pretty much a done deal. Also, the adrenaline rush you get from running into Wetherspoons with a little bag in front of all the condiments you can't afford the bouncers to. It's much like the most of crack, I'd imagine. 20 minutes clean. But now it's being a tight bastard, it's not all glamour and freebies. One of the downsides. There's many downsides. Cinemas are only open on Wednesdays. This bar only sends Carlsberg on draft. Yeah, buy a lot of food in freezer shops where the only colour of the food is orange. And you spend a lot of time in shopping precincts which only sell cholesterol and debt. Pretty soon you're going to cut the middleman, you'll get a payday loan in Greggs. But possibly the worst thing you get from being a tight bastard is that on more than one occasion you have seen the inside of a megabus. Now, I'm not sure if people are familiar with the megabus, but it's basically the National Express's ugly drunken cousin on wheels. It's sort of like, if you think of the movie Con Air on a really low budget on the M1, you're roughly about there. It's generally the only place on earth I've been asked, why aren't you wearing a sovereign ring? The thing with the megabus, it has a similar business ethos as Ryanair, where it's like no frill service, absolutely no customer assistance whatsoever, but very low prices. And say what you like about that business ethos, it does put bums on seats. And I do mean bums. Because it seems some pretty low-grade criminals on there. One of them was a drug dealer who used cocaine as a code word for marijuana. You get sexual predators who speak in the third person. Well, possibly my worst experience was on my last trip on the megabus. That was November 24th, 2009. When I got on that megabus, it had a surprisingly nice alpine smell on there, which is quite unusual for the megabus because it usually just smells of Joe Stale cigs, body odour, ginsters, depression, shame, relationships, guilt, hate. But yeah, as I said, I got on this time, it actually smelled quite nice, but I thought they'd actually branched out and bought cleaners on there. But did actually use just to go to Chelsea Smiling, hanging the plug-in on for the second row. So as I got on the megabus, and it was actually quite full this day. So I had to scan around the room and think who's the friendliest people on there. And it was three lads, and they did actually look quite nice and friendly, and everything was going quite well with these three Glaswegians until they got on the motorway, broke out the tender soup, and started playing the game, who's got the best stab wound. Now, I was the only one in the party who didn't have a stab wound, so I got to be the silent coward of the situation and judge the winner. Now, I actually gave it to Carl, who actually didn't have the best stab wound, but I found out Carl had been in prison that morning. So, I actually found out his was a shiv attack from refusing to pay protection money. Now, I think most people would have been intimidated at that point, but as a tight bastard, someone would rather take a shiv attack and get a knife wound than pay £10 protection money. Bit of an all-time hero. We're still friends on Facebook, actually. But after that, a bit of an eye-opening experience, went to the toilet, opened the door and was confronted with the business end of an erection. Because someone in there, the board had got to him, so he's at the passionate throes of a danger wank in the toilet. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't know what goes through the mind of a danger wanker. Like, I'm not, to be honest, it could have just been the monotony of the trip we had him on there before he hasn't left Watford, so he could have just been doing that. But part of me thought this poor man, 'cause you hear about married couples, don't you, where the spice goes out of life after about 10 years, so they do things to spice it up a bit, like a lot of them will do it in public, and it's the thrill of getting caught, which kind of turns them on a bit. But I thought, was this guy at such a low ebb in his life that he felt the need to start danger wanking to spice up his wanking life? But I made my way back to the sea, and there was this like drug dealer going off next to me, and he's really making out he's quite high end. Like he's talking about his cartel shipment to Manchester. And then I thought, what kind of piss poor two-bit non-event drug dealer travels by megabus? And I was like, is his boss like a really cost-conscious Al Pacino in Scarface, who just on the phone to his deal, he's like, when you're shipping drugs, you gotta think of your overheads. Virgin trains, way too expensive. £73 off peak. National Express, far too slow. You have to make a stop in Milton Keynes, Birmingham New Street, and Stoke-upon-Trent. 45 minutes apiece. When you're selling drugs, it has to be the megabus. Slow, quick, cheap, inner city travel for Europe and the UK. Hooah! Okay, I think I've run out of